Ukraine over the U.S. border? Let's discuss. So I know I made a video about this yesterday with the New York City Mayor Eric Adams complaining about how Biden wasn't talking to him about their migrant crisis. But again, I'm going to use illegal immigrants because that's what they are. And apparently now the Democrats, well, Joe Biden has folded and is now going to assist and aid in the reallocation of the Venezuela illegal immigrants that are in New York City just chilling. But what I really want to talk about today is the Ukraine situation in a connection with the U.S. border crisis. So today, Zelensky is meeting with Joe Biden, the Democrats and the Republicans into acquiring more aid for their war with Russia in Ukraine or the Ukraine border. Now, my problem with that is, what are we doing with our border? Since January of 2021, there is about 6 million illegal immigrants who have came into this country. Yet the Democrats are completely silent on the matter. We are not doing anything about it. They say that they're doing something about it, that they're making sure they're telling them not to come. They're telling them that they're going to go back to where they came from, blah, blah, blah. That's not working, okay? That's just a way of getting the voice out there into the mainstream media and to saying, look, the Democrats are trying. They're trying. They're not trying hard enough. And that's the main problem. They're trying so much with the Ukraine and Russia situation, which, aside from my personal opinion on that matter, if you're going to have all that effort focused outside of the country, where is that effort inside the country? Where is that focus on the U.S. border? Let me make this perfectly clear. We are in for a rude awakening in years to come, maybe even sooner than that. I don't know, but 6.5 million illegal immigrants that came into this country. On record, there's maybe about 2 million gotaways since 2021. So who knows, that number might have went up. But there is a big problem that we are facing, and the Democrats are quiet about it. But I guarantee you, let's just say hypothetical, Trump were to become the next president in 2024. I guarantee you, they're going to blame him about why he is not doing as much work as he should be doing with the illegal immigrant crisis. Okay. And like my video that I have yesterday, that I posted on yesterday, I said the long-term game of the Democrat Party with these illegal immigrants coming into this country is that they're going to try and make them be able to vote. They're going to try to make them legal citizens, and they're going to try and push them into places that maybe are primarily Democrat-held states or Republican-held states, and they're going to allow them to vote. They're trying to pass a bill right now to try and make it easier for anyone to basically vote. And they're using race, they're using transgenderism to push this idea that people's voter rights are being suppressed because transgenders can't vote because on their license, they don't have the correct gender on it. They're saying that black people their voices are being suppressed and they can't vote. Are you serious? It's 2023. Anyone can vote, bruh. Anyone. Okay. The race card narrative that the Democrats push all the time makes me so angry. It makes me irritated because I do not understand why people still believe that this country is so racist on its head that black people aren't being able to vote. Come on. You can't breathe next to a black person without being called out on the news about it. So don't even get me with that. But anyway, I want to take a second to let you guys watch a clip that I saw today about the illegal immigrant crisis currently today, where Texas has just received basically about 4,000 illegal immigrants into the country today. Check it out.
Enormous line of migrants crossing illegally here into Eagle Pass this morning, predominantly Venezuelans. We were talking to them as they were crossing illegally from Piedras Negras, Mexico, directly into Texas with little to no resistance. Our producer talking to several of them as they came in. They said they arrived on a train in northern Mexico this morning. They walked down to the border and then just got in the water and crossed illegally into Texas. It has been a complete free-for-all out here in Eagle Pass this morning. We have not seen images like this since Del Rio 2 years ago when I was out there with those 15,000 Haitians. Border Patrol sources telling us several thousand illegal immigrants have crossed here in Eagle Pass this morning. Take a look at the second piece of video. We were shooting from the ground as these people started streaming into the country. They are predominantly single adult men filing into the country. A lot of them waving to our cameras, chanting Venezuela. You can hear a boat going by me right now. That is a Border Patrol boat. These boats have had minimal impact. The Mexican military has been deployed on the Mexican side of the river. That did not stop this mass illegal crossing from taking place. It was nonstop for 2 hours, guys. These images you're looking at right now, this wasn't just a 5 or 10 minute window. This went on for 2 hours straight. We're talking thousands of people filing in, and you can see they're gathering under the bridge because Border Patrol doesn't have enough manpower or buses to get them out of here quickly. So they're trying to get out of the Texas heat and gather under that bridge once again. We mentioned they arrived on a train. That's what they're all telling us. Take a look at this video from yesterday. We were airing this. A massive Venezuelan migrants were riding this train to northern Mexico. They wanted to cross illegally into the United States. The Mexican government stopped it. You can see they got a Venezuelan flag on top of the train. The migrants started chanting, "Let us through, let us continue." The train was temporarily stopped. Well, evidently it got through because we're seeing the results of what happened out here this morning. And there are even more migrants in southern Mexico trying to make their way here. Take a look at this last piece of video. This is Tapachula, Mexico, right on the border with Guatemala, southern Mexico. Masses of Haitian migrants overwhelming a refugee center there, pushing, shoving, stampeding because they want expedited visas to get to the northern part of the country to cross into the United States. Migrants were trampled, officials were trampled, and we're told 2 people were hospitalized as thousands of these Haitian migrants were disruptive and physically forceful in wanting these visas to get to the U.S.-Mexico border. Back out here live, you can see it's going to take Border Patrol a very long time to process these thousands of migrants, and you can expect many of them are going to be released into the United States because the U.S. and Venezuela really don't have diplomatic relations, and you can't deport somebody if the home country isn't willing to take them back. So guys, it's kind of remarkable. It's kind of deja vu. 2 years ago, I remember being in Del Rio with all those Haitians. Here we are again 2 years later. The numbers have never been worse. We've got thousands of mostly Venezuelans gathering here, a free-for-all here in Eagle Pass this morning. We'll send it back to you.
So yeah, you saw that. That's just today's numbers. But yesterday, New York, Eric Adams was complaining about how New York cannot have 10,000 migrants, illegal immigrants, coming into the state. They can't handle it anymore. Texas is out here on average getting 4,000 immigrants, illegal immigrants, every single day. I don't understand why we are not literally center focused on this issue in particular out of everything else. But no, we want to have the priorities about how kids are not being taught transgenders and pride and all that stuff in their schools, gender ideology, not being able to read sexual explicit books in their classrooms. That's our priorities. Or better yet, the Ukraine and Russia conflict. I also don't understand why we are so center focused on that when we could potentially start World War III. Just throwing that out there. But they're going to say that Trump is the one that's going to probably escalate the war into a World War III scenario, which, come on now. You can see the writing on the wall. Let's be real. Russia just had a meeting with North Korean Kim Jong-un trading military weaponry for military technology. And you don't think we're going to have an issue with North Korea in the future? Come on. We really need to start thinking and using our heads and asking questions. Like I always say, ask questions to what is being told to you. Ask questions to what you are being shown. Ask questions to what you are reading in the news articles. There is something going on. There is something in the long term, the long end game scenario going on. And just today I read an article how California is now trying to get illegal immigrants the right to vote. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check it out. But it is insane to me that we are going to care more about another country than our own country. And this is where they would say conspiracy theory comes into focus. I don't call it a conspiracy theory. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I believe in probabilities. Why is that? Why do you ask? Well, since the past 4 years, so-called every conspiracy theory ends up turning out to be true. So I'm just going to say, if that is the case, I might as well consider the conspiracy theories a probability. Now, that probability can be 0.0000001, but it is still a probability. And the reason why I point that out to think of it as a probability is because it allows you to think for yourself, to not believe that because you hear the word or term conspiracy theory, you just, oh, it's not real. It's not real. I'm just gonna, that's nonsense. It's not nonsense. The world is not nonsense. And people's ideas, whether you are right or wrong, they're not nonsense. They are the most fundamental part of being a free individual in the world, is to have the ability to think for yourself, whether you are insane or not. You don't have to believe someone if they sound insane, but just because they sound insane does not mean that their ideas are wrong. All right, 10 years ago, we would have been talking about a lot of the things going on currently in today's society, and people would have been like, you're nuts. So I'm just saying. But I just want to make it perfectly clear that I don't think people are fully aware of the dire consequences that we are going to face in this country for ignoring such a huge influx of illegal immigrants. We have had such an influx of illegal immigrants coming into this country that it is more than the population of Alabama alone. Alabama has around 5 million people. We have received over 6 million illegal immigrants coming into this country, and they do not care how they get here. They just know they can get here. They know the Democrats are not doing anything. And the reason why they're not doing anything is because the long-term end game is to allow illegal immigrants the right to vote. Long-term, people don't pay attention. This is why they're doing it this way. Short-term, everyone's center focus. Why? We live in a society where everything is short anyways. Our attention spans are not long enough to think long game. Really open your mind, really think about the things that you're being told, the things that you're being shown, the things that you are reading, okay? Just be an individual, think for yourself. Regardless if you are in support of the Ukraine and Russia conflict, where you are in support of Russia and helping Russia defend their border, I don't care about that. That's your own belief. That's your own opinion, whatever. But consider and ask the question, why are we so focused on one border when we're not even focused on our own border? How can we even help defend another country when we're not even defending our own? Make that make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Someone, please. Here's a question to leave in the comments. Why are we so center focused on another country's border than we are on our own border? And if we are the country who's going to come out in the world and defend another country's border, why are we not defending our own? That's what I want to know. Please answer that question for me. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next video.